Hello everyone, welcome back to CISA-This-Much. This is Aditya and today we'll be looking at the top questions on artificial intelligence, the top questions on the domain 1 amendments, very important questions, very important amendments. We have already uploaded 4 hour duration full complete amendments on domain number 1. If you haven't watched that video yet, please go back and watch. It is uploaded free of cost on our YouTube channel. That is advisable and recommended to watch that video first before watching this lecture about the question answers on this topic. If you have already watched that lecture, you're free to watch this lecture as well. So without wasting much time, let's deep dive into this topic. All right, so let's look at the question number 1. During an operational audit on the procurement department, okay, audit is going on. The audit team encounters a key system that uses artificial intelligence algorithm. Okay, now the audit team does not have the necessary knowledge to proceed with the audit. Which of the following is the best way to handle this situation? If you do not have some knowledge on something, in that case, normally without even looking at the options, normally what do? We take help of experts, we take help of other people, right? So here also the similar situation is there, right? Now let's look at the options. Delay the audit. Can you delay the audit? Option number A. Can you delay the audit? No, ideally we should not be delaying the audit until the team receives training on the AI. No. Option number B, perform a skills assessment to identify members from the other business units with knowledge of AI. Again, this is something not recommended. Okay, it's not a correct answer because you cannot depend on the other business units people, to help you understand with this AI part. Okay, and again, they might not be even telling you the entire picture about the system, right? Because you are the auditors, and that is not at all the right option. Option number C is remove the AI portion from the audit scope and proceed with the audit. Remove the AI portion from the audit scope. Can you modify the scope here? Again, it is not a correct option. Okay, now it's a very simple question. Okay, and I'm very much sure, if this kind of question, like, specifically this question comes, anyone can answer this question. Okay, option number D, the only option left is engage external consultants who have audit experience and knowledge of AI. So this is the right option over here. Okay, we cannot give our opinion or our judgment without we understanding the AI algorithm part, or the essence of this system. So if we do not have a specific knowledge maybe about a specific law or something, in that case we do take help of external consultants or the experts. So here the correct option would be option number D, engage external consultants who have the audit experience and knowledge of AI. Okay, let's look at the next question. All right, so let's look at the next question. An IS auditor is reviewing an artificial intelligence and expert system application. Okay, when you say AI and an expert system, so basically it will help us in the decision making of the business. So auditor is reviewing that system application. The system has produced several critical errors with severe impact. So these are all hints. I keep on saying, always try to identify the hidden hints in the question. Here they are giving you two hints. Number one, critical errors. Number two, severe impact. Something severe is happening because of the critical errors which are being produced in the decision making from these system applications. And because of these critical errors, our decisions will go wrong. The business decisions will go wrong. And that's what they're saying, severe impact. Okay, always question will give you at least one hint. Okay, sometimes it can give you two, three hints. Here there are two hints: critical errors, severe impact. Which of the following should the IS auditor do next to understand the cause of the errors? Again, specific question. Which of the following IS auditor should do next? Next for what? To understand the cause of the error, root cause of the errors. Okay. Option number A, review the decision making logic built into the system. It does make sense. Let's look at other options as well. Option number B, verify system adherence to the corporate policy. Option number C, understand the purpose and functionality of the system. Option number D, interview the system owner. The correct option over here is option number A. So if you have watched our earlier lecture, which is a 4 hours duration, you will understand this is the right option, option number A, which is to review the decision making logic built into the system. Because understand, the question is also giving you the third hint. Third hint is what? We need to understand the cause of the error. Okay. Now AI and expert systems are essentially complex decision making system, and if you want to understand the root cause of the errors, the auditor will need to understand how the system is making these incorrect decisions. This means that the auditor will have to deep dive into the algorithms, the rules, the knowledge base that drive the AI's logic, right? So that's why option number A is the correct option. Okay. Now, what's option number B? Verify the system adherence to the corporate policy. See, this is also important. This is also essential. However, they don't directly explain you how the errors are generated within the AI's logic. It is not directly, focusing on the question which is asked, which is to understand the root cause of the errors. Right? Option number C is what? Understand the purpose and functionality of the system. How this AI system is designed to do how it's supposed to work. You know, again, it's important, but the high level understanding, the overview of the purpose or the functionality of the system won't pinpoint the specific flaws within the decision making logic that are causing the errors, right? This will just give you the overview of the system, but it will not help you to understand the root cause of the errors. Okay, next is option number D. Again, interview the system owner. This is, you can interview, however, root cause you will not be able to understand just by doing the interview. So for that, you will have to review the decision making logic. And again, this question is kind of interlinked with the first question, because that in the earlier question we just discussed that if you are not aware about how to review the decision making logic, in that case you will have to hire experts. In that case you will have to take help of the external consultants. I hope this answers this question. The correct option over here is option number A. All right, let's look at the next question. When reviewing a project to replace multiple manual data entry systems, again, each and every word becomes important. You are auditor, okay, you are reviewing a project which is replacing what? Multiple, not single. Multiple. It is hint number one. Multiple. Manual data entry systems. Hint number two. Not just one manual entry data system, multiple manual data entry systems are being replaced. So something big is happening in the IT infrastructure side. Something massive, big project. It's not a small project. Okay, why? Just because I have not even looked at the options, I have not even looked at the full question. This is how you need to read the questions. This is what I always stress on, is active reading. Each and every word becomes important. These are all hints which the question will tell you. The question is not going to say directly, okay, this will be the answer. It will give you indirect hints, and these are the hints. So it means a critical project is happening. Something big, massive thing is happening. Oh my God. With an artificial intelligence system, the IS auditor should be most concerned with the impact AI will have on. Okay, now AI will have on what? Your task updates, enterprise architecture, task capacity output, employee retention. The correct option, the correct option over here is option number B, enterprise architecture. So if you have watched my domain 2 lecture, there we have discussed in depth about enterprise architecture. I strongly advise, if you haven't, you can directly jump into that part. So it's a 7 hour long duration video. In that specifically, you can jump into that EA part, enterprise architecture. You will understand what exactly it is and why it is important. Okay, you need to understand that the enterprise architecture, it will provide you the holistic view. You can note it down if you want. Enterprise architecture provides, let me just size, okay, Uh, EA, enterprise architecture, provides a holistic view of of organizations, organizations, IT systems, and very important, how they support, how it is aligned business objectives, how they support business objectives. Introducing AI, introducing AI, because we are replacing, right, manual data, multiple, that too. Uh, you know, multiple manual systems. Let me write shortcut MMS. Multiple manual systems are being replaced, right? It can have what? It can have significant impact. It can have significant impact on various EA components, right? See, option number D, employee retention part, these things, these are all important. However, again, you can say everything will be included in this option number B. Option number B will take care of everything, the future task updates, which are, which will support our business objectives, the task capacity output, how much employees will be there, retained and all, which are all experts or which are all departments will have to introduce, because right now we are having manual system, and now we cannot just, keep the same employees who do, especially if they do not have, we'll have to, again, we'll have to provide training part, we'll have to create awareness, and we'll have to basically train them, or in case if we're not able to train them, we'll have to replace them. So all these things will ideally be fit into this option number B. So we can say, we can say that all other options will be subset of option number B, right? And if you want to learn more about this EA part, you can directly jump into domain 2 part, and specifically to that area, right? With this, we finish this question also. Let's move on to the next question now. All right, let's look at the next question. What is the primary goal? What is the primary goal? Primary goal of the NLP. So whenever they ask you questions like this, primary goal, primary advantage, you should always understand that in the option there can be multiple things which are advantages, but we need to focus on the primary, the most important one, the essence of this particular term, NLP. So if you haven't, if you don't know about NLP, we have discussed again, in that 4 hour duration lecture. Very simple question. Very straightforward question. This is. Um, the primary goal of natural language processing in the field of artificial intelligence is what? To create algorithms that mimic human cognitive processes and decision making, to build intelligent systems capable of autonomously learning from the data, to develop machines capable of understanding human language. Whatever input we give, it should be able to understand and also generate, the outputs accordingly. Option number D, to design robots and physical agents that can interact with the environment. The correct option over here is option number C, to develop machines capable of understanding and generating the human language. So NLP, it is having a narrow focus. So its primary focus is on the language itself. It's about, how to represent, how to analyze and generate the human language in a way that computers can work with. Okay. The you can say the most what do you say, most common applications of NLP, like your chat bots, your translations, your text summarizations, are directly about understanding and generating language, right? So that's the reason the correct option is, very simple question, is to develop machines capable of understanding and generating human language. All right, let's look at the next question. Which of the following is the most important significant concern related to the using AI? This is the important question. Okay, you can expect this kind of question in the exam. Significant concern regarding the AI part in the automated decision making process. Okay, AI systems may lack transparency and explainability. AI algorithms have limited accuracy and reliability. AI technology is susceptible to cyber attacks and hacking, AI implementation requires significant financial investment. Okay, if you have watched that lecture, the 4 hours duration lecture on the artificial intelligence, we have discussed about the AI biases. We have discussed in depth about this topic, how AI systems can be biased. It can give us the biased decisions, and how and why that's a major concern, right? Especially, you need to understand that, when you talk about this deep learning and all, it can be at times difficult to understand their internal workings, how that particular system is designed, on what basis that decision, that system is making the decisions, on what criteria it is making the decisions. So there is a lack of what, there's always a lack of transparency. Okay, now here in the options they haven't talked about the AI biases, because if they give this term AI bias, everyone will answer this very easily. Now, so now this is how they make the questions difficult. They will not directly give you the term AI bias, because if they give the term, everyone will be able to identify the right option very easily. So that's the reason they haven't done that. They have used other words so as to make you confused. Okay. However, if you see option number A, it is indirectly talking about the same AI biases. It may lack transparency. Okay, this lack of transparency makes it hard to identify the biases. The AI systems, it can inherit biases present in the data they are trained on, leading to what, unfair or biased outcomes. And also the second term which they are talking about is explainability. See, there are certain systems, okay, or certain processes wherein you need to understand, or the AI system should be able to explain, because you understand. For example, if say there is a medical diagnosis system, okay, now it is taking critical decisions, so it's crucial to be able to explain the reason behind the AI's output. And here lack of explainability can it can remove or it can create hinder in the trust and the accountability. So that's why the correct option is option number A. AI systems may lack transparency and explainability. All right. Simple but very important question from the exam. Okay, let's move on to the next question. All right, let's look at the last question. A telecommunication company has recently created a new fraud department, okay, with 3 employees, and acquired a fraud detection system that uses the artificial intelligence modules. So they have what? They have recently created the new department, and they have acquired a fraud detection system that uses the AI modules. Which of the following would be the greatest concern to an IS auditor reviewing these systems? Option number A, very large number of true negatives, small number of false negatives, small number of true positives, a large number of false positives. I will not be wasting much time in this question. It is very important question. We already have one video on this topic in our YouTube channel. Also, we have created 3 to 4 videos in our platform, on this topic of false positive, false negative for biometric, false positive, false negative for IDS, for IPS. We have divided this category of series into 2 parts. One for the biometric system, one for other than biometric system, like your IDS, your IPS, your fraud detection system, and all these things. Because the logic, the option changes. If you talk about the biometric system, the meaning changes. If you talk about the IDS, IPS, the meaning changes. We have discussed in depth. Okay, we are not going in depth into that, but we'll be specific into this question. So for this question, for the fraud detection system, what is false negative? False negative, it means that the system has failed. Can note this down. What is false negative for this question? It means that the fraud detection system, the FDS, it has failed to identify. It has failed to identify what? It has failed to identify what? It has failed to identify actual fraudulent activity. Actual fraudulent activity. Okay, claiming claiming or labeling. claiming or labeling it as to be a genuine or legitimate event or activity. So when you say false negative, it means that the fraud detection system, it has failed. It has given the claim, or it has labeled something to be legitimate, something to be genuine. If I say, if there is a thief entering my shop, okay, I'm running a shop, there is a thief, okay, or maybe there is a person with some bad intention, is having some knife or is having some weapons or something. And of course we are checking their bags and all, right outside our shop. We have a departmental big store, and we are checking their bags and all. Before we give them the entry, we are checking their pockets and all. But let's say if our control if our system has failed to identify that person carrying a knife, and if we claim or if we label that person, he's a genuine person, and we give them the entry, that's a very senior so sorry say that's a very serious concern, even if it's of small number. Option number B here is saying small number, that doesn't matter. Even if one thief comes with a knife, it can have severe impact in our shop. Okay, similarly here also, there is a fraud happening, fraudulent activity was happening, but your fraud detection system failed to identify that. Even if it's of small number, that's a serious concern. Okay, now what is the opposite of false negative? It is false positive. False positive means what? False positive means what? There is what? False alarm, false alerts, lot of false alerts. We are saying this person is having knife, this person is having some weapons, but that person is not having anything. But again, see, that is also a concern, but that is not a big concern, because anyways, at least you are working, you're working, and you are at least trying to prevent something bad from happening, right? So if there is false positive, it is definitely, it's not good. Also, that's also not good. We have discussed about that in depth. However, it is still not that concerning or that serious, because at least the system is able to detect something, right, to check. But in case of false negative, the system, it is labeling it to be a genuine or legitimate activity, or that event, but in reality it is not. So even if it's a small numbers, still it is a concern to us. So that's why the correct option over here is option number B, small number of false negatives. So with this we finish the topmost questions on the AI part. I hope that this video has helped everyone. Thank you very much.